On hitting her. The wig she had, I tore the wig out of her head. She broke her wardrobe. She came, she smacked me with my tiny little body. I was so skinny back then. With my tiny little body, I was like, bruh, you're heavy, don't put your whole weight on me. I lifted my whole energy, all the bones and muscle I could ever have in this life. I used it and I smacked her back. That's when I got really angry and I just knocked her. I was like, I gave her a heavy blow and she was shocked. When I say this girl was shocked, like she looked at me and she said, how dare you? Hello guys, how are you doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining. If you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Kat and thanks for joining. On today's video, I'm just going to be doing a little story time of my childhood times, and also at the same time I'm going to be doing this glam makeup. I don't think it's good enough, but I tried to do the best I could because it was kind of hard multitasking, talking and doing something at the same time, but I tried to. And yeah, this video is no way promoting violence or physical altercations to people. I'm just telling my story about my childhood days and what I've gotten into. So please, if you'd like to see more story time like this, please comment down in the comment section and give this video a thumbs up. Anyways, I hope you enjoy my story time. Do like, comment, share and subscribe, and when you do subscribe, you turn on your post notification button so you get notified when I post more videos such as this. So funny, like, bruh. Hey guys, I've always wanted to do a story time and I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but yeah, I'll just randomly say what has happened in my... Those are the only interesting times I think things ever happened to me. Bruh, I look so discombobulated, but we don't care, we move. This is going to be actually multitasking because I don't know how to talk and do something at the same time. But anyways, let's try it. So starting from high school, like I was in my second to the last year of high school, and there was this one time the school organized like a party for students. Normally I'm this kind of shy person, you know, in the school. No one noticed me unless I want to be noticed. And I didn't even want to go at first, but you know, I was like, okay, you know what, let me just go. I mean, it's going to be my first party, blah blah blah. And it was after school hours, so like with our uniforms, where you could actually bring your clothes to change. The party was happening, people were coming, it was getting lit, you know, dancing, there were bottles, we're all drinking. First of all, my family members are going to watch this, but this is going to be so weird. Anyways, I told my mom knew. I drank, and that day I hadn't eaten anything. I think I was saving my money on the Friday and I didn't just want to eat, but then I still drank. You guys, sorry for my accent. This is just flashback and I'm talking so fast. And me with my big head went ahead to drink more, and then I just fainted all of a sudden. And then these people started saying, bring water, bring water. I'm like, bruh, what is water going to do? I'm hungry, you know. Then I woke up and I told them, you know what, I think I want to go to my auntie's place, just go chill my head for a while because I'm hungry, I haven't eaten, I want to go eat. And they're like, no, just a while. They're like, bring Gary, If you guys don't know what gari is, it's like a dried cassava flakes. I was like, how am I supposed to eat gari? Like, I beg, nobody forced me to come and join party. I cannot come and starve myself because I want to enjoy a party or I want to drink, I want to hang out with you guys. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to go to my auntie's house. So the guy that was with me, I'll call him Ossie. So he was with me, and I know I told Ossie, I was like, I'm going to be coming back. I just want to go to my auntie's place and go have some food, and I'll be back. Okay, and he was like, cool, cool, cool. Like, we'll all be waiting for you. She's going to be coming back, blah, 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 blah. I went to my auntie's place. I ate. Before you guys, first of all, my auntie's place is like 2 blocks away from the school. So, like, you can literally go there like in less than 60 seconds and you'll be at the place. I went to my auntie's place and I ate. My mom was there too, you know, we all chilled. And then I overstayed. I stayed for like about 2 hours and I didn't know like time had gone so much. So, and I remembered, okay, like there was a party going and I need to go back and check on people just to know like, okay, like I'm fine. Just tell them that I'm fine and everything's okay and I'm feeling much better now. Did I not come back and everyone was like, oh, you got kidnapped, oh, where were you? They had already reported to the principal, like everyone was doing like a search and run. It was just so crazy. I was like, wait, what? Like, you guys thought I was kidnapped? First of all, you guys don't trust me, and second of all, okay, like if I was kidnapped, then it's the school's fault because there's no enough security provided. It's like, nah, man. Like, I even told Ossie to tell you guys like I'll be back and now I'm going to my auntie's place, blah blah blah. And Ossie was like, no, I didn't tell him anything like that. Like, I'm like, I told you I was going to go and eat. I fainted, and the main reason I fainted was because I was hungry. And I told you I was going to go to my auntie's place to go find some food. The next morning, they called me out in the assembly. I was like, I literally don't always get into trouble but for the fact they called me out in assembly, and you know, and the principal even knew where my aunt lived. So I was like, bruh, I went to my aunt's place. I'm big enough to go to places on my own. Like, I always come to school on my own, so I don't get. Everyone was angry at me, like, oh, like because of me they had to end the party early because they thought I had gone missing. I was like, no, you can't put that blame on me, okay? You guys ended the party because you guys wanted to. I'm responsible for myself. I'm not the first person to have left the party consciously or unconsciously, even though I fainted. It's normal. I didn't eat, okay?
And that's on period. Bitch.
That was like the first time I ever got into, you know, I don't know, I ever got recognized because of things like that. I'm a very innocent person. Like, I obey the rules and regulation of the school. Second story time was in junior secondary school, and I think that was like my most violent act I've ever come to do, like, in my life. No, not the most. I think the most is fist fights, but yeah, that was like the most physical fight. Like, I'll be like, okay, bring weapons. I had this friend where we were always, you know, doing things together. We were like, this particular time in school, there was this trend going on whereby the guys would like come behind girls' butts and they would touch them or like hit them, and then boys run away. It was kind of weird. It was like assault and harassing, if you guys get me. And I was like, bruh, you guys can't do that. Like, that is not good. Me being a good girl, you know, I'm a proactive leader. I was like, you guys can't do that. If anyone tries it with me, I'm going to, you know, show out my inner character. I show out your inner character. I and my friend, okay, let me just call her Candy because it's just weird calling her she, her, whatever. Yeah, so I and Candy was like, you know what, just to scare these guys and to stop them from doing whatever they're doing, we should bring something as a self-defense to scare them away. Not in any form use it on them, but just to, show them, and then they'll become scared. One day, going to school, I went to the kitchen. I got a butcher knife from the cupboard, climbed on the fridge. My mom did not know. Like that butcher knife, I think no one ever knew like where the knife was because no one ever used it. So I took that butcher knife, you guys, trigger warning. I took the butcher knife and I took syringe. I don't know where I got that syringe from. Oh yeah. Candy brought it. She got it, I think, from the pharmacy or something. Yeah, so she brought the syringe. And we're like, bro, we are weaponized. So we have the butcher knife and we have the syringe. No one can mess with us. Okay. Carried butcher knife in my school bag. Went to school. Sat down with my bag. Protectively. I was holding my bag all through. And then when it was break time, we're like, you guys, you know what? Don't ever try this shit with us again. We showed them the weapons, the butcher knife and the syringe. It's not even a weapon. It's a self-defense. We showed it to them, and we're like, don't try it again with us. Don't try it with anybody again in this school. Blah 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 blah. And like they got scared, and that was the whole essence, like to get scared. Guys, I'm wasting time in this eyebrow, so I'm coming back. I'm going to just do the eyebrow and then I'll be back because I'm slowing down. Okay guys, I think I'm back, but I think I messed up my eyebrows a little bit. I don't think this is my color though. Where did I stop? Yeah, I was like, we brought the butcher knife to the school, all of that. And then I think someone snitched. I'm not sure who snitched, but yeah, someone reported I and Candy to the principal, and yeah, we got in trouble. We were to get suspended. I knew I was like, I'm trying to defend myself, blah blah blah. And then before I know, I had to go back home, tell my mom someone tried to touch my butts, and I brought a butcher knife to school. What did my mom say? My mom was so proud of me. She was like, why didn't you tell me? No, was it my mom or my sister? I think one of them told me, oh my gosh, you're so proud of me. I would have told them, they would have given me something else, like a pepper spray or something. It's like, bruh, I'm in trouble and you guys are telling me you would have given me something else. They're like, it's fine. I was like, you know what? They said I should invite one of my family, parents, or whatever to come and talk to the principal and state the reason why. My sister represented me. So my sis came on behalf of my mom to represent me, and defend me and state the reason why I should not be suspended, blah blah blah. So she was basically my lawyer. Short story long, we got freed, but unfortunately the guy who started this whole thing got suspended. I kind of feel bad, but at the same time I'm like, he deserved it because he shouldn't have messed with others the first time, But at the same time I feel guilty because like I should take responsibility of what I did. I brought a weapon to the school, but I'm like, I brought it for self-defense and just for scare. I wasn't going to intentionally use it on anyone. Like, that story still gives me chills. Like, bro, I almost got suspended for just trying to protect myself. Like, that was harassment and sexual assaults. Yeah, comment down in the comment section if you agree with me, if what I did was worth it. if it made any sense. Anyways, going further, we are now going to deep this foundation because we're coming to the end of the story time, and to the end because after this foundation and the concealer, like, it's done. It's all done. Everything is done. All my story times are, I don't know, just there. Most of the time I was either fighting or minding my business. Like, I always love to mind my business. But if you've watched the nonsense I've been saying up to this end, thank you very much. Oh, I remember one story time. Let me tell you guys about my roommates. Okay, that was I think this is the most physical fight I've actually ever gotten into in my life. And that would be the last in my whole entire life. My first time in college, yeah, I came and I shared a room with this girl. First of all, I didn't even really want to share a room with anybody. You know, I told my parents, I don't want to share with anyone. I want to be on my own, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how to share with people. I like to stay on my own. I like my privacy, all of that shit. And my parents were like, you know what, just endure for this semester. Next coming semester, you get your own place, blah, blah, blah. Just be nice and mind your business, read your books, and do your own stuff. I was like, cool. Okay, so normally on daily basis, when we would sleep in the night, she would play loud music, or like she would like watching a movie, or her lights are turned on when she's reading, or she's snoring when she's sleeping. So four of those. It's either one of those. And I'm like, nah. Oh, and it's either she's talking to someone else in the night while I'm sleeping. Like, you know how annoying and irritating that could be when like you're really deep in sleep and the next morning you have to wake up like by around 7 or 8 o'clock to go to a class where you're going to write an exam. This one fateful day, I have had enough, and I have confronted her about 2 to 3 times, you know, in the night, like, oh, okay, like she snores, blah blah blah. This girl's like, oh, she doesn't snore. I'm like, do you want me to record you and prove to you like you snore? Okay, even though you snore, I understand it's due to stress or whatever, but like, can you take notes or take responsibility that you snore? Because if I was doing it to you, you would, you know, you would be very, very angry and you flip out. And she was like, she doesn't care, so she's still going to keep snoring. And I think that's when I had enough, because we kept on going back and forth. I used her plates, I used her dishes, I used her whatever, and you know, like, I never say thank you. And I'm like, use the same, use my food items, use my stuff. I never even complain, you know. I'm just telling you about your sleeping habits, and you are taking it out of proportion. I should not tell her any of that. Like, she's not my age mate, she's older than me, she's been here for the longest. Does she know how many roommates she's had?
Hey, kids, listen, violence will solve nothing. Now, as the Chinese say, all great battles are won without fighting.
That she's lived with people all her life. I'm like, that's the problem. I'm different. I've never lived with anybody, so I want to live with you, but you have to make me want to live with you. She was like, if I'm not happy, like, I should go find a room. I'm like, but there's no room. Like, you know, like, I don't have the money to afford any kind of room outside this whole whatever. And I think there was no rooms for like single persons during that time, and even the single persons room were kind of pricey. If you wanted it, you have to be like in a list of people who want it, and other people were ready before me, so I couldn't just come in and jump in. This back and forth, I think, went on for an hour before it got physical. I don't know what happened, but I think I walked up to her and I smacked her. I can't really remember how that fight started, or like who physically fought who first. I can't remember. It was between I and her.
Funny and black man.
One of us hit each other, and then it got violent. When I mean violent, it got really hardcore that she broke her wardrobe. She came, she smacked me with my tiny little body. I was so skinny back then. With my tiny little body, I was like, bruh, you're heavy. Don't put your whole weight on me. I lifted my whole energy, all the bones and muscle I could ever have in this life. I used it and I smacked her back. I kept on hitting her. The wig she had, I tore the wig out of her head. Slapped her, she wrestled me down to the floor. She kept on pouncing and pouncing and pouncing. I think that's when I got really, really angry and I just knocked her. I was like, I gave her a heavy blow and she was shocked. When I say this girl was shocked, like she looked at me and she said, how dare you?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
How dare you? She was like, who are you? Who are you? I was like, girl, don't try me.
Who are you?
You.
No, not me, you.
Yes, I am you.
Just answer the damn questions. Who are you?
I have told you.
Are you deaf?
No, you is blind.
Yo, we made so much noise. She started shouting, yeah. She started shouting and then she went to one of her friend's room and started banging on the door. Oh, come see. I'm just trying to confront her and tell her, okay, like, watch the way you sleep or watch the way you make conversations like at night when I'm sleeping, because it's quite unfair that I would be sleeping and you're doing something that would alter my sleep, which is not fair, because if I would to do it to you, you won't, like it, and you would even act, or you would, react worse. And then this whole thing led to a fight. I never knew this would lead to a fight because I was just confronting her. Gosh, I never knew I could fight someone. Like that was the day I knew, like, girl, you are strong with my tiny little body. And I never in my life look for violence. Like I never ever engage in my physical fights unless it is necessary, unless it is needed in a very, very particular situation. Her friend came and she tried to settle the fights. Everyone came, like the whole floor on where we stayed. Everyone came, knocking, what's happening. They tried to split us because I think when they were trying to separate us, we actually had a second altercation where she almost came to punch me, and I was like, you come and I'm gonna punch you, and this whole fight. And I think everyone was surprised that a whole tiny me, a whole innocent me could actually throw a punch or be like this violence. I know, like everyone was like, okay, like go find another room or whatever, like if you report this, blah blah blah. And thank God, like the manager was not around, because if the manager wasn't around, like we're going to get expelled from the school, because physical fight or violence is not allowed in school territory. It's like she came for me. I had to do what I had to do to defend myself. I was not going to let anyone beat me or render me inferior just because of my age or because of my body or just because of the way I talk. And then I think I broke something like towards this whole altercation. I broke her earpiece, her iPhone 6 earpiece, and I think around that time it was going for about, it wasn't even up to $20, and this girl was all shouting and saying, you're going to pay me, blah blah blah, like you owe me, do you know how much this cost? That time I wasn't using anything iPhone, okay? I never knew anything about iPhone. She was just shouting, oh, do you know how much this cost? You're going to pay me. It's like, no, I'm not going to pay you. I don't have no money. Like, take whatever you think is worth that money from my clothes or whatever and pay yourself, because I'm not going to pay you in cash, okay? I have bills to pay. I ain't going to pay nothing. Even though I have the money, I ain't going to pay you. And I think that's what pissed her off. I said, even though I have the money, I'm not going to pay you. Shouting, oh, you must pay, blah 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 blah. I was like, I'm not gonna pay. Come take the money. Ah, bruh. She was furious. That night I could not sleep. The next morning I had to move. Like I called my mom, I told my sister. I could not even stay in the room or even breathe in the same air with her. Like I had to wait for her to leave the room till I actually come into the room to get my things. I called my parents, I told them this is what happened. My mom was like, oh, why would I have done that? Like I should be patient with people, I should be nice to them. But this life is not all about that, blah blah blah. I mean, I'm like, she came for me, I had to defend myself. Okay, people would never ever take that. It's once she put me into the hospital bed, that's when I'm going to be realizing that I had to be patient. My life comes first, and if you're going to cost me beating someone else, I'm going to do it, okay? I think I'm almost done with this makeup. I'm just going to go ahead and do my lips, and then yeah, and I think that's done. Okay, so towards this whole thing, I went ahead and explained myself to the panel like I need another room, but I didn't tell her why I needed a room. I didn't tell her like the whole reason I needed a room is because I fought with someone. No, I told her like I need my own space. I don't have enough space for my things. I need another room, and luckily enough for me, there was a room that someone actually evacuated of recently. Like I don't know, he moved out, and I was very lucky. I was like, oh my gosh, like thank God. If not, like if that room had not been possible that day, like I don't know where I would have lived, because this happened immediately that night. I think around 12 midnight to I think 6 in the morning, everyone was awake solving this problem. And once it was like 8, 9 to 10 a.m. in the morning when the manager was in, I went immediately to tell her like I need a room, and immediately she gave me the keys to my room. Joy. See you guys, the peace of mind in living alone is very important and vital. If it will cost your life, your whole savings and your money, do it. Do it, because peace of mind is important. There are some people like you are not even meant to coexist with. There are some people you cannot live together with. It is just there, and if it is your nature that you always like to be alone, like me, like you cannot tolerate people, just do it, because not only are you saving yourself from harm, but you're saving the other person from being in any danger or harm within yourself, because during that situation you don't know what can happen, either you being very violent or the other person being very violent. So I went ahead, drew all my things from that room. I ran. When I say I ran for my life. Anywhere I see the girl, I would always, it's like I'm seeing a ghost. Like if I see her, I'm like, bruh.
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
It was like I was seeing a ghost, but to be honest, I did not intend for any of that to, you know, go that way. I really liked her. Like I saw her as an older sister, even though she always compared herself to age. I'm like, bruh, if you want to compare yourself to age, I think you should go to, I don't know, go somewhere else, but don't just be here in the whole place we were, and then you come and start making someone feel infuriated. Like what's the whole point? And thing was that she was a black girl. She was from where I was, and if it was someone else, you know, I would try to understand, because okay, this person is from someone else. But no, nah, this person was from my place. This person was from where I come from. So yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Anyways, we have come to the end of this story time. I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips. I don't know if this color is going to be nice. I look so weird and different. So guys, this has come to the final look of this video. I don't know, I tried my best. I tried to multitask, you know, this is how I look. I'm about to go head out and eat. Not like I'm doing anything serious. We're still in the pandemic, there's no place to go. But I hope you guys enjoyed my stupid story time, in which I said a lot of violent things. And yeah, I do not encourage anyone to be violent, but if the case needs to be, if it's necessary.
Hey, kids, listen, violence will solve nothing. Now, as the Chinese say, all great battles are won without fighting.
This video is no way promoting violence or harm to any individual or anybody. If you are in any way in danger, or you know you need to use your self-defense mechanisms or reflex, please go ahead and do so. But please don't do it unnecessary. Please don't be violent. You know, we're trying to be, you know, peaceful and live out a positive life for other people to enjoy a carefree living world. So please don't be violent to your neighbors unless it's necessary. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this makeup slash multitasking story time I did. Let me know down in the comment section what you think about my makeup and about my makeup, and let me know which stories like shocks you the most. I'm a very innocent person. I'm calm. Okay, don't let this, you know, sway you away from the good vibes I have. See you next time, same place on my channel, and stay safe, stay lovely, and stay beautiful. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, do turn on your post notification button so you get notified when I post more videos like this. See you on the next video coming up. Bye.